Alright, what's happening, y'all? It's your boy Rico from Street Scores, just coming with a random video. Just wanted to basically show y'all what a lot of expert mock drafters are out here doing. I mean, it's really hard to be an expert at mock drafting because nobody's ever completely right at the end of the day. But it gives you a good feeling on which way we may go in the draft. Now, free agency is going to change a lot because if we attack wide receiver, if we attack quarterback, if we attack offensive line, some people feel like we need an upgraded offensive line, then that changes what happens in the draft. So again, as of today, it's no telling what's gonna happen, but I just want to take a look at some of the expert mock drafts out there and to see who they have us taking at the 19th pick. And of course, all of these mock drafts don't include trading up. If you want to see any trade up scenarios on how we can go from the 19th pick up into the top 10, go check out my previous video on all of the previous trade up scenarios since 2011 that teams have done to go from outside the top 10 up into the top 10. Again, the trades aren't as bad as you may think, as I show y'all in the video. But again, these mock drafts are just us standing firmly at 19 and who we would take and who may fall to us at 19. Starting off with the big Don himself, Todd McShay. Just looking at the quarterbacks by themselves, he has Trevor Lawrence going 1st overall to the Jaguars, Zach Wilson going 4th overall to the Falcons, sitting behind Matt Ryan for a little while, Justin Fields to the Patriots, probably starting immediately, and somehow Trey Lance slides to us at 19. This is a heavenly move for me. I'd be doing backflips if we can land Trey Lance at 19. I kind of doubt it, honestly. I think we'll have to trade up to get him, but we'll see. I don't want a guy like Mac Jones or Kyle Trask. I don't want guys that are just very limited. They're going to be good pocket passes, but that's about it. Their ability to move outside the pocket, their pocket mobility, and just being able to improvise and throw on the run is just very limited with these guys and is pretty much non-existent. They don't bring a dual threat to their game, which makes defending them a little bit easier. And as I've explained in several videos, I feel like with dual threat guys, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, at the very least, you can run an offense similar to what the Bills are running with Josh Allen, especially with somebody like a Trey Lance. It's literally the same build almost, just more polished, more accurate coming out of college, way faster, but a little less strong and a little less arm strength. But you can literally look at what the Bills are doing with Josh Allen to do something for Trey Lance. Same thing with what Lamar Jackson is doing for the Ravens. You can do something like that for Trey Lance. All of these guys with their ability to run and throw very well. There's multiple teams and offenses you can look at to mold your offense around to get at least similar production out of these guys. A lot of people feel like their floors may be pretty low, but the way offenses work nowadays, you can design an offense to get at least a little something out of them. Then Walter Football, along with a lot of these other mock drafters that I'm going to show y'all, have us taking an offensive lineman. Here he has Rashawn Slater from Northwestern, and he emphasizes with all 4 quarterbacks off the board, it's like we might as well just improve our offensive line type of thing. He previously had us getting Trey Lance, but with the way mock drafts have switched around now, he doesn't believe Trey Lance will make it to us at 19th at this point. But again, with quarterback being the biggest need on our team, and even if we go and get somebody in free agency, I still feel like we need to go and get one of these first-round quarterbacks. Again, this is just an assumption that all 4 quarterbacks are off the board by this time. And then you have SB Nation, Christian Darrisaw, offensive tackle from Virginia Tech. They said, do you know who'll quarterback this team in 2021? I sure don't. Let that be a future problem. For me, no. We need to fix this now. This defense is too good. Terry McLaurin is too good. Antonio Gibson and J.D. McKissick have a lot of potential. I feel like this offensive line is nowhere near as bad as people think. It's actually top half of the league. So even people that are picking tackle for us are admitting that quarterback is a huge problem, but I guess they don't want us to go to a Super Bowl. They don't care enough. But for me that wants to go to a Super Bowl, is actually a true fan of this team, I want this QB problem fixed now because this team is too good to let the quarterback position hold this team back. You fix quarterback, we're Super Bowl contenders. Obviously, quarterback is a huge need, so they have us taking Mac Jones in this one. And all they say is we're a playoff team but still needs a quarterback. Alabama's Mac Jones passed for 4,000 yards heading into the CFP National Championship game, which, like, it doesn't talk about his tools. It doesn't talk about his ceiling, his potential. They're just saying based off of his stats, he should project to be a good college quarterback. And I'm not going to lie, bruh. Mac Jones gives me a lot of A.J. McCarron vibes, so we'll see. I definitely don't want a Mac Jones or Kyle Trask. If I had to pick between Kyle Trask and Mac Jones, I'm taking Mac Jones. But I do see a lot of A.J. McCarron in this guy. And again, mock drafters only don't see us taking Trey Lance because he's gone before us. They're seeing the 49ers taking him 12th overall. So another example of how we're not taking Trey Lance only because he's gone before our pick. On lines.com, they have us taking Devonta Smith, who won the Heisman. That's a great pick if we're not going quarterback. If we somehow solve the quarterback problem in free agency, I know trading for Deshaun Watson looks almost impossible. Even as disgruntled as he is with the organization not even giving Eric Bieniemy an interview, I'm mad too, and I'm not even playing for the Texans. And you saw how J.J. Watt apologized to him. I mean, it's like widely known that Deshaun Watson had the best quarterback season that'll never be remembered. The best non-playoff berth quarterback season of all time. And he deserves better. So he may want to leave, but just the logistics behind it, I just don't really see us getting him. I would love to. But, I mean, if you get Deshaun Watson somehow, you wouldn't even have a first-round pick to get Devonta Smith, honestly. But Devonta Smith would be a good pickup if we already solve our QB problem somehow, some other way. Maybe a free agent or something. But again, they only have us taking Devonta Smith because Trey Lance goes 8th overall, Justin Fields goes 4th, Zach Wilson 2nd, and Trevor Lawrence 1st. Keep that in mind. Now, this mock draft, again, has us taking tackle, but as you've seen, every time we've seen a tackle, it's been a different tackle. There's no undisputed great tackle after Penei Sewell. So that's an even bigger reason why I don't want to take tackle, because there's no just undisputed, this guy's going to be great. It's Penei Sewell, and then after that, it's a big debate. And I don't want to spend a first-round pick on anybody that's not just a home run hitter at tackle. Again, I'm going to have to watch more film to see which of these guys after Penei Sewell that I like the most. But it's clear that nobody just has a unanimous favorite after Penei Sewell on who's the second best tackle in the draft. And again, Trevor Lawrence 1st, Justin Fields 2nd, Panthers trading up to take Zach Wilson 3rd, and then Trey Lance falls to the Falcons 4th. That's the only reason we're not taking a quarterback with a 19th pick. It's a pattern. Here we go with Christian Darrisaw again. And again, we're going tackle because the Patriots, Trey Lance, taking them at 15th overall. And it's really hard to see Trey Lance sliding past the Patriots and the 49ers, who traded up in this scenario. Justin Fields makes it to the Falcons. He goes right back to being in Georgia, his hometown state. He's from Kennesaw, which is 20 minutes outside of Atlanta. And then you have the 49ers doing whatever it takes to trade up for Zach Wilson. And of course, Trevor Lawrence goes first. So it's definitely looking like if you want Trey Lance, you're going to have to trade up for him. But like I said in my other video, only take Trey Lance if you love him. Scott Turner-Rivera, don't just take him because he's available. Only trade up for him. Only take him with the 19th pick if he slides there if you love him. Don't force it. I love Trey Lance, and I believe we can do great things with him. I believe he can be a top 10 quarterback in this league. He literally has top 3 quarterback talent. It's just whether or not you can get it out of him. But again, as much as I love Trey Lance, I'm not sitting here like I'm just some supreme genius, super arrogant. If Scott Turner and Rivera don't love him, don't take him. You have to love a quarterback if you're going to take him. And then here we go again. Jalen Mayfield, offensive tackle. And again, only because all of the quarterbacks are gone. Trey Lance, number 10 to the Lions. The Panthers trade up for Zach Wilson, 4th overall. The Jets take Justin Fields. And the Jaguars take Trevor Lawrence. It's that simple. Every draft they have us taking tackle, the top 4 quarterbacks are already gone. But if Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, Justin, and it's impossible for Lawrence, but if one of them slides all the way down to the 19th pick, we're taking them, period. Quarterback is clearly our biggest need. And I mean, people are addressing, even with the tackle picks, this is another team that will be in search of a QB. The competent play, again, not great, of Alex Smith has his team in the hunt for the NFC East title, which we already achieved, but there's still a question mark at QB for the future. This is before Alex Smith even got even more hurt than he already was. They say he's a solid start. Again, I haven't watched film on these offensive tackles because I don't feel like we don't need offensive tackle that bad. Free safety, linebacker, and quarterback are far bigger needs to me. So I don't even exactly know how good a Jalen Mayfield is, but they're saying he's a solid start that hasn't even scratched the surface of what he could become. But this is just not a home run pick. This is not a we're doing backflips because we chose this guy. I mean, look at how different the diction is and how they describe the Trey Lance picks. Lance enters a perfect situation as he can sit and learn for a season before taking over the reins in the Motor City. There was no word described as great, perfect, or amazing with any of these tackle picks. Everything is basically just talking about, well, no great enough quarterback is available at the 19th pick at this point. only Mac Jones and Kyle Trask is available, so you might as well just take a tackle to improve your offensive line. Washington would have been in position to target a quarterback if they had not, won the NFC East this season. But if quarterback purgatory led to another season of Washington under the direction of Alex Smith, there are worse futures in 2021. Nobody's they talk about quarterback more than they talk about offensive line when they make these offensive line picks. This is the only person I've seen so far that actually talks about offensive line. But again, even this guy that did this mock draft, if Trey Lance were available, he's taking them right here, period. But yeah, man, that's the end of this very random, fairly quick video. Just wanted to show y'all what a lot of mock drafts felt about us. And just to show y'all that even when mock drafts have us picking tackle, that's only because the 4 quarterbacks worthy of being drafted in the first round are already gone by then. Mac Jones and Kyle Trask, in my opinion, and clearly in a lot of their opinions, aren't worth being taken at the 19th pick, even with as bad as quarterback is, as they've addressed in a lot of the offensive tackle mock drafts they have us getting. Even the mock drafts where they have us taking tackle, they talk about quarterback more than they talk about the tackle they selected. And again, that just clearly shows the Mac Jones and Kyle Trask are not worthy of first round picks. Me personally, I see a lot of AJ McCarron and a Mac Jones, and I like Mac Jones more than Kyle Trask. I think it's a waste of this defense and Terry McLaurin and all of these guys for us not to try to get a top tier quarterback. So Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields. Me personally, I'm Trey Lance, then Justin Fields, then Zach Wilson. But of course, there are a lot of teams that prefer Zach Wilson the most. I mean, a lot of people feel it's Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson. I'm not mad at it. I love all 4 of these guys. I think all 4 of these guys are going to prove that this is one of the best quarterback classes in NFL history. I'm just that high on everybody. Like I've said multiple times in my videos and live streams, I'm usually the guy that's like build up through the trenches first, because I usually just don't like quarterbacks this much. Even the Sam Darnold draft, I can see weaknesses in all of their games. But this quarterback class, I can see how an offense can be designed around all of these guys to where all of them can be great quarterbacks and put this quarterback class in the history books. I feel like Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, and Trevor Lawrence will all be pretty successful, at least with the potential of being very successful in top 5, top 10 quarterbacks if everything goes right for them, if an offensive coordinator takes them and designs an offense around them rather than forcing the square peg into the circle hole and forcing that quarterback to fit into their current offense. But we've seen offensive coordinators around the league get great rookie campaigns out of these quarterbacks, and at least within the first 3 years turn these young guys into great quarterbacks, just because they're willing to adjust their offense around what the QB does best and to hide the QB's weaknesses. We've seen it done over and over again with a lot of young quarterbacks nowadays. And you even see Deshaun Watson with nothing around him having such a spectacular season. But at the end of the day, he doesn't have the defense we have. He doesn't have a Terry McLaurin. And I feel like Trey Lance can bring you that same level of dynamic play. But again, man, thanks for the view. Please like this video if you liked it. If you learned anything, please get in the comment section and let me know how you feel about these mock drafts, what you take away from them. Let me know y'all opinions. I'm gonna be in the comment sections reading everything. And as always, man, please make sure y'all subscribe. Hit the bell next to the subscription button so you get videos like this one, so you can get all the film sessions. I'm coming out with a mock draft tomorrow. Be on the lookout for that. I literally did my own personal mock draft through the Draft Network, so it's very realistic. Very realistic. This is not even like a dream scenario mock draft. This is literally how everything fell to me in the mock draft, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Tomorrow, as in Saturday, have a mock draft coming out, so definitely subscribe and hit the bell next to the subscription button so you get a notification for that. And of course, I will be live streaming during the Tampa Bay game in Landover, Maryland, so make sure y'all pull up for that and subscribe for that. And as always, man, I really appreciate everybody that gives to the channel, man. Everybody that donates, everybody that gives whatever you can. Shouts out to all of my sponsors, especially my Pro Bowl sponsors whose names you see scrolling on the screen right now. Really appreciate y'all. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. I'm out.